Coming to you live from the fastener capital of America, Agawam, Massachusetts, it's the Pick Six Show.
Okay, welcome everybody to the OMG Pick Six Show. I'm Dan Genovese, and here's my co-host for the day.
Shaun Jennings filling in for Sulamita, who is out in the Bay Area, I'm sure scouting the two awesome football teams that play out there.
Especially in Oakland.
Well, maybe not so awesome this year, but they're hanging in there. But thanks for having me back.
Yeah, we miss you, Sula, and we'll see you next week. But what's going on this week?
Oh, Dan, we've got a jam-packed show this week. We've got a great guest coming up, a lot of football to talk about, but we are going to start with last week's winners. People want to know who got the big bucks in Pick Six this week.
Yes, they did. It was a great week, and we'll start with number 3.
Number 3, indeed. That's Tracy S., won $25, courtesy of OMG.
Well done. And number 2?
Hal S., another $50, courtesy of OMG.
Way to go, Hal. And the number 1?
Number $100 winner. Who knows? Maybe they'll find some fun ways to spend that. It's Mary P. Mary P. Thank you to Mary and to everyone for playing this week. A great set of winners. No repeat winners yet this year. We're in week 3 already, so a lot of churn. We've already given away over $600 in weekly prizes.
Right. It's not easy, so you got to be aggressive with your picks. That's what I can say.
And we're definitely going to get into that. Well, let's bring in our guest. I think there's no better time than the present.
We have none other than OMG's Brad Bedard. Come on in, Brad.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here.
Well, welcome. All right. Oh, that ring is very nice there. It collided with my Super Bowl ring. What is that ring? Tell us a little bit about yourself and your ring here.
Well, I'm the director of supply chain here at OMG, and this is a 1987 Ivy League championship ring from the days when I played, when they had leather helmets.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Well done. Well done. Congratulations. It's
Thanks.
A beautiful ring. It's a rare thing to have, and welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now, just so people out there know, which Ivy League team did you play for?
I played for Harvard.
You're our first real football player we've had on the show.
Well,
I played touch football.
Well, real football, Dan. Real football.
Excellent. Well, thank you, and welcome aboard, and we're going to have a fun conversation here today with you.
And one other thing we're going to be doing as well, Brad, for those of you out there who don't know him personally like Dan and I do, he's known for his jokes around the office. He's the resident comedian throughout the show, and jump in at any time when you want to share. He's going to share some of his patented Brad jokes, football-themed, correct?
Exactly.
Throughout the whole show. Do you want to maybe kick us off with one before we get into the football news?
Well, Dan, do you know why the football went to the bank?
No, why?
To get his quarterback.
I got to put in one of those sad trombone sounds.
Yes.
Hey, all right, Brad. We got more coming, though. All right, so what are we going to talk about today? What are we going to start off?
Well, we had a jam-packed Week 3 in the NFL. A lot of big stories to talk about. I know one of the first, we talked about it earlier on the show a couple weeks ago, the Cleveland Browns, over 600 days without a victory.
They
had that kind of disappointing tie in Week 1. We were all excited, and boy, was this the week they finally broke the streak.
That's right. The victory refrigerators were opened up, and the fans were happy, and well done, Browns. That was a great win.
Bringing Baker Mayfield, obviously, when Tyrod Taylor was out with the concussion. Did you guys get a chance to see Baker Mayfield at all? Do you think he's going to have a big impact on this team going forward? Is this kind of the last piece they needed to really get the team going?
Well, I saw the highlights, and as you watched the HBO special about the Browns, you knew that was going to happen at some point. He's
a special guy.
He was the heir apparent. So, Brad, what do you think?
I agree. I think he brought a lot of excitement to the team, and it was a whole different game when he came in.
Really good. Incredible. We'll see if they can keep that up this week.
All right. What else has happened this week?
Well, another interesting, obviously, as we move further into the season this year, we're talking injuries. It's a part of football. I can't really avoid it. But the biggest issue is when arguably the most important member of the team, the quarterback, gets injured, and we had a big one this week. Jimmy Garoppolo tore his ACL in a non-contact injury, out for the rest of the season.
And for me, personally, it's one of my pet peeves in the NFL is NFL teams do not have 2 starting quarterbacks at all times, because inevitably it happens. It's going to happen, it's early in the season so they can get around it, but it always seems to happen toward the end of the season. You get your starting quarterback ready for the playoffs, and all of a sudden he goes down with an injury, and then here comes whoever who hasn't played since preseason. Why don't you have 2 starting quarterbacks at all times? That bugs me. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I just think nowadays it's difficult to have that caliber of a quarterback sitting on the bench. If you get to the 32nd quarterback, that's, terms of...
He wouldn't sit. He'd be playing every few downs.
Yep. It's
Yeah,
just,
you think that you should rotate him in more now, kind of not
Absolutely.
trick plays, but sort of more interesting. This happened this past week with the Colts. They brought in Jacoby Brissett, the backup, to throw the Hail Mary pass. They were worried about Andrew Luck's shoulder, but doing more kind of creative plays like that with your second quarterback.
Right. It gets them all with the team members in real game situations, not practice. So that's my 2 cents.
It's an interest. If you disagree with Dan, make sure to leave a note in the comments, and
yes,
I make sure he sees them.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
We want to talk a little bit about the bonus points.
Yes, let's do that.
Now, those playing Pick 6 may know, each week we have a set of bonus points, okay, for each week, 5 points apiece. Those count towards your season total. You want to win that big $3,000 grand prize at the end of the year, you have to answer the bonus points. They're not particularly hard questions, but they're interesting questions about OMG products, and we've decided that, hey, why don't we bring some of those questions here on the show, talk about it a little bit, and maybe give some hints to the folks out there, give them a little leg up on, on the bonus
Give them a bonus
points.
to the bonus.
And you guys may not know this if you don't know Dan personally. Dan is Dr. Drains,
That's
a title
correct.
I just made up. But really, Dan is the Drains guy. And if you played the bonus points this week, you may have seen a video featuring Dan up on top of the roof. He's flexing. He's
That's
showing
right.
off his
That's right.
the strength of the
Showing off the
Drains.
guns.
Yeah, exactly. So Dan, what's the bonus point question this week? What can you
Well,
tell us?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the OMG Vortex Breaker strainer in safety yellow, as you can see.
It's beautiful.
It is wonderful. It's beautiful. And, it's pretty solid, pretty heavy duty, as you saw in the video. Or if you didn't see it, I was standing up on it. And, I'm no lightweight, but so it's pretty durable. What do you think of that?
I think it's great, Dan. It's really interesting. I'm sure a lot of people have seen strainer domes on top of drains. Makes sense. You don't want stuff getting inside of there. But what's this kind of chunky stuff in the middle here? That seems kind of...
Great
what does
question.
that do?
That's what they call the vortex breaker. In this day and age, with all the microburst storms and water coming to a drain, oftentimes a vortex will develop, and it's a slow drain. Vortex breaker is designed to stop the vortex so the water goes down nice and smooth. It's a clean, consistent flow, and it'll improve the flow performance over your standard Hercules by 2.5 times. Outstanding
That's a big
engineering
difference.
feat by OMG.
Bringing new products to the market all the time now,
what we
Brad. Maybe let's see if you know the answer to the bonus point question this week about the Vortex Breaker. You told me you made your picks. I'm hoping you answer the question. Do you know what the strainer is made of? What material this is made of? If you want to hold it there, you can maybe knock it around, listen to it if that helps. Whatever, give it a sniff. I don't know what you need.
I'm going to say cast aluminum.
Excellent.
Very
well
good.
done.
Well, 5 points to you. Well, now we're going to move back to football a little bit here. It is time for us to do our Pro Bowlers.
All right, let's talk about the Pro Bowlers.
Dan, why don't you start us in sixth place? Who was our bottom Pro Bowler?
Well,
this
our
week?
bottom Pro Bowler, I think, was our leader last week, and that's Mr. Vinny Abundanza.
Yeah, just 10 points.
That's no. Well, come on, Vinny. It's you gotta jump
We're
out
gonna
there
have
with
him
some
on the
picks.
show.
I know. Second place was our co-host, who's not here today, Sula.
Yep, right above Vinny, another 10 points.
Another 10
not
points.
a great week for her.
Okay, Chris Newcomb, a lowly 15 points.
Yep,
So,
hanging out in the middle, just
come on, Chris.
waiting for her moment to pounce.
All right. Last year's winner was in third place, J.D. Osborne.
Yep, 26 points.
26, kind of middle of the road. Then we had some interesting picks coming up here.
Very close at the top.
Number 2 was our first co-host,
Yep.
our first guest.
Yep.
Mr. Andy Cleveland at 43 points. All right. And of course, I will take the top slot, not only in the week, but now for the Pro Bowlers. I had 44 points last week. Those wins by the Bills and the Lions just steamrolled it right to the end. So I'm now in the lead of the season total for the Pro Bowlers. So you got to start listening to me.
Next up, Sula's, and now normally we do Sula's picks. Problem is Sula's not here. And so I think this week we're going to do Shaun's picks.
Okay, Shaun.
I'm just going to invite myself in to do the picks this week. I'm a little 50-50 when I was looking at kind of the matchups this week. I did 1 or 2 big upsets, but overall I decided to kind of just think strategically about some of these teams. For example, on Thursday night, a big matchup, Minnesota Vikings, Los Angeles Rams, huge game in LA. The underdog, Minnesota, 10 points. I went with Minnesota in that game. I think they've got a very good shot against Rams. They need that revenge game after the Bills, and I think the Rams are ready to slip up a little bit, despite being arguably the best team in the league at the moment.
Okay.
I also picked Cincinnati over Atlanta, which is technically an upset by points. I picked Philadelphia over Tennessee. Marcus Mariota's injury, Blaine Gabbert as the backup. That is just a very fractured team. So I like Philly in that one. I did go for a big upset. Miami over New England in New England. I think that, their 2 losses in a row is going to be tough on that team. And Miami's playing really well. I mean, they're 3-0, and they've got some strong weapons there. And then for my last pick, it is the Monday night game, Kansas City over Denver. You do not want to cross Pat Mahomes and that just blazing offense on Kansas City. I don't think Denver can keep up.
All right.
That'll be a high-scoring game. That's the tiebreaker game in Pick 6 this week. I think that's going to be a really high-scoring matchup.
All right, very good. Brad, what do you think about that New England-Miami pick? What's your thoughts?
I don't know. It's a tough one. You would think that New England's going to come back after the couple of losses, but Miami's playing well, so it's kind of a coin toss.
In Foxborough, it's going to be a nice weekend in the Northeast here, so it's going to be an interesting game.
I'm going to give the edge to New England, though.
How about the Hail Mary?
I think that's what everyone's been waiting for.
I know. After last week's tremendous prediction, this week is kind of a safe Hail Mary. It's the Cincinnati over the Falcons.
Okay.
But it is, 9 points I think it is on the Pick 6, and Falcons are favored, but it's close among all the experts when you read through all the experts. And Falcons pass rush is ranked 30th, and of course Andy Dalton is a gunslinger of a quarterback. He's raring and ready to go with the passes. So I think it's going to be. I'm going with Cincy. That's my pick.
Brad, anything else you'd like to...
How about a joke or two? Finish it up.
We did the whole show without any jokes. Shame on us. That's bad hosting.
Did you hear that the Detroit Lions don't have a website?
No, I hadn't heard this.
It's because they can't string 3 W's together.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh, sorry, Detroit.
Nice. How about another one?
I'm out.
Come on.
I got no more. That's it.
Come on.
2, I'll take it.
Brad's bad jokes. All right, well.
We appreciate you being here. Thanks so much for joining us this week.
Thanks. I really enjoyed it.
A real treat.
Anything special about this week's Pick 6?
Oh, Dan, thank you for mentioning that. This is a very special week in Pick 6. We're going to be doing 1 week each month, September, October, November, December, bonus week. All right? Because it's not enough we're giving away $175 each week. It's not enough we're giving away $3,000 at the end of the season. No. We decided we got to give away more of OMG's money. So we are giving away this week only, if you sign up for Pick 6 and you make your 6 picks, you're automatically entered into a drawing to win one of 5 rolling coolers. They're very nice. I think it's like 48 can cooler. It's a big cooler. It's on wheels, kind of like a suitcase with the handle. They're very nice. We're going to give away 5 of them randomly. All you got to do is make your picks. They don't even have to be right. You just have to make them.
Make them.
And we're going to give them away this week only, though. So if you're not playing, sign up at omgpick6.com. It's free. It takes seconds. It could not be easier. And if you are already signed up, get in there. Don't forget to make your picks this week.
And don't forget your bonus picks.
And don't forget the bonus points as well. Very important. Yep. See Dan's video and learn a little bit about our product. So it's never been a better time to get into Pick 6.
I just signed up this morning. I haven't been playing earlier in the season, and it literally is 2 minutes to sign up.
Very good. Well, thanks everybody out there for joining us. If you want to see full-length version of this show, you can do it anytime on our YouTube page. You can go to omgroof.com/pick6show, and all of our past episodes will be there. So if you want to get caught up, we had a lot of fun last week, the last couple weeks. You can check it out there. And you can visit omgpick6.com at any time to get involved. But that's going to do it for this week. Thanks, Dan. I'm Shaun. He's Dan.
He's Brad.
And he's Brad. And that is the Pick 6 Show. We'll see you next week.
Have a great week.